Hey everybody, my name is Seppi. Real quick spoiler warning for those who don't want to know about the leaks, the toy leaks specifically for Godzilla vs. Kong 2020, directed by Adam Wingard. So you have been warned. All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about those leaks, more towards the end of the video. Short video for you guys, but really quickly, there hasn't been much news coming out about GVK. So not really going to be talking about anything else besides the fact that Adam Wingard has said a couple things that might relate to what I'm talking about. So one of the things that I'm interested in is I specifically like the Godzilla movies and the MonsterVerse movies in general that are a little bit more grounded in reality. Yes, there are giant monsters fighting, but in the most realistic possible way. So like with 2014, with Godzilla 2014 and with Kong Skull Island, it's a little bit more grounded in reality. And at the end of King of the Monsters, you know, there was some pretty, all throughout King of the Monsters, there's some pretty heavy sci-fi stuff, including like the Argo Jet, which we've seen stuff like that in the past, which is fine. I'm a fan of all the eras, Heisei, Showa, Millennium, you name it. But I was kind of being led to believe in the MonsterVerse that they were going to go for a more realistic route. And then King of the Monsters kind of uprooted that, which is fine. I love King of the Monsters. My main hopes for the movie, the world ended in King of the Monsters. So I was hoping they'd go for like a more primal human story perhaps, but I still think there's going to be a lot of tech, and I'll explain why, which is fine. I'm definitely open to that. And in fact, some of these toy leaks I'm very excited about. I'm not really going to show images for it. There's one major one that I loathe, but some are exciting. So before we get to that really quickly, I'm open to the fact that Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be a little bit more sci-fi heavy. We've seen Skarsgård wearing like kind of like a goldish, like spacesuit almost looking type of thing. So we're probably going to get some of that as long as there's no time travel. I know there has been time travel in Godzilla before, but let's just leave that where it was. It was fine. It was fine back then, but here. So anyways, yes, Adam Wingard has even said there's going to be, he wants us to feel, I don't know if he specifically said he wants to make us cry, but I believe he's going to make a more tighter human story. That's what I'm hoping for. As well as now that we have Kong, who can emote more like a human, given his nature, that's going to be exciting to see how we kind of feel about Kong. So that being said, we know a couple of things about the movie, and that's really it. The movie comes out later this year, directed by Adam Wingard, so we'll see how it is. But moving on to the toy leaks. This is for a toy fair that happened recently, and it was for Playmates toys. So they're not super accurate. They're not going to look like Bandai SH Monster Arts toys or anything, but they're not going to look bad. We'll build up the intensity for the leaks. So to start, we saw a Skullcrawler. It's been confirmed there are going to be a bunch of different monsters in here by the director, Adam Wingard. We're going to see that bat creature. I can't remember the name. Carablast. I don't know. that's not right. Caracamal. But we're going to see a bunch of different monsters. So there's going to be a Skullcrawler in here, which I believe was also confirmed, not just by the toy. But we're going to Skull Island most likely. So then we also saw this weird like snake cobra looking thing. I couldn't quite tell what it was. The image was blurry. Again, not going to show the image, but yeah, you get that sense that there's going to be some sort of snake type creature. Then we see Kong. Kong has an axe. I don't know if he fashioned it himself or if Monarch did, or if there's going to be Monarch versus, I believe Jonah Allen was his name, the eco-terrorist. They're going to be kind of like equipping the monsters to fight each other or driving them to fight each other. It seems like that might be what's happening. But yeah, so we're getting Kong with an axe, which sounds tacky, but I can live with it. And when I say sounds tacky, it doesn't mean that I'm sure it's going to be tacky and I'm just going to like it because it's Kong. No, I think just saying King Kong has a giant axe sounds tacky. That sentence sounds weird. But I think they can implement it in the movie very well. The other thing that we saw, there's probably a couple other things, but I'm going to move on to the thing that I absolutely hate, and it's not the thing you think I'm talking about. Scanning through the toys, you see Kong with the axe, you see that cobra thing, you see a Skullcrawler, sweet, it looks huge. Kong has gotten bigger. But then you get to Godzilla, and there's something different about him. No, I'm just kidding. It's Godzilla with a bunch of armor on his spines. That is stupid. I don't care how they implement it. That sounds dumb. I don't want Monarch or anyone else giving Godzilla armor. That guy has fallen from the freaking stratosphere and landed on his dorsal spines, and they didn't break. That boy has armor. We don't need armor for him. I hope that's just a stupid toy thing that never actually happens, like how the Jurassic Park toys used to like give the T-Rex cages and stuff that it never interacted with or had. So hopefully that's just that. Yeah, so I don't want that. The one thing that I think was interesting that I do want, so big spoilers here. Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla might be in this movie. There's toys for it, and I believe that he will make an appearance, especially if it was like one of the leading toys. Yeah, of course, there's been toys in the past that have leaked for plenty of different IPs that didn't show up in the films. But yeah, in this picture, I believe we are going to see Mechagodzilla. Now, as someone who just stated they wanted a more tribal, end of the world, post-apocalyptic, no technology, running for your life, tight human story, looking up at giant monsters, scary almost, I still think Mechagodzilla would be sweet. One, I love Mechagodzilla. And two, the design looks okay. Now, it's kind of interesting. He's like a silver Godzilla. He's got red dorsal spine, some like weird claw hook hand thing. But the design could look interesting. Obviously, this is a Playmates toy. It's going to look different than that. We might even see him in a trailer. That leads to a couple possibilities. We know Godzilla and Kong are going to fight. It's been said that there's going to be a clear victor. That doesn't mean a clear survivor. No one has to die, but I believe one is going to pin the other down, say Uncle, and then maybe they have to fight Mechagodzilla. Or maybe Mechagodzilla's helping them against Jonah Allen, who revived Ghidorah. I kind of hope the former and not the latter, because I really don't want Ghidorah to be back in this. We killed Ghidorah. Bring him back in a little bit, 10 years when we're itching for him again. But yeah, I think that's very interesting that Mechagodzilla is going to be in it. No matter how the story plays out, I hope they do it right for sure. But I am interested to see it. Plus, like Shin Godzilla, they could also make it an animatronic. So you could go from that. You can go for that real look, because in King of the Monsters, CGI is fantastic, but there's definitely some CGI parts of that movie where you can tell you're watching a CGI movie. Some parts it looks like Godzilla is really there, but I hope that they can really utilize like a sweet kick-ass animatronic and then CGI over it to make it move properly and obviously be composited into the shot properly. But that's just a pipe dream, but I really hope that happens, because an actual animatronic Mechagodzilla on screen would be freaking amazing, and it would be such a good callback to like the suits and everything back in the day. So that actually legitimately gets me giddy about that. I think my nose just whistled. Anyways, that's really all I have to say about that. If you notice, I have better audio. I'm in a different area. I'm going to have a new host, not replacing me, but with me. And I'll do a video about the update on the channel. So let me know what you guys think. Do you want Godzilla and Kong to team up against Mechagodzilla? Do you want them all three to team up together? Do you even think Mechagodzilla is going to be in this movie? Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys next time.